GM, January 28th, 2025. After UTC, it's just after midnight if you're looking at UTC time there. Take a look at Bitcoin, market, majors, see what's going on. On the daily here on Bitcoin, as of yesterday's close, we barely broke underneath the market structure level. Technical rules are objective. Hence, we are now bearish on the market structure on the daily level, daily time frame. Bands are bullish, rather, and the ribbon is also bullish. 50 over to 200, over to 100, over to 200. Still, we are consolidating up in this upper range. Our important level is right there. Marked as an area of interest right there. As long as we're above that level, we are bullish. Really, as long as we make a higher low, anywhere in here, we're bullish. If we do break down below that yellow line, I expect a longer consolidation, though. A couple days ago, we had a nice rejection as it tried to break lower. Didn't happen. Nice bounce. That's moved down. Closed yesterday a little bit lower. But we are still in the upper range. So anything that's up in here is bullish, as we will be consolidating within the top range of this box that's here. So Bitcoin overall is looking good. 4 hour. You can see breakdown here from this pennant that was forming. We did end up breaking down and bounced up, tried to reclaim the levels, didn't happen. Held down by both trend lines, the rising trend line from the pendant and the falling trend line from the pendant. From here, this does look like a lower high is forming. Right here we had a low, a high, higher low, lower high. Here's a compression, higher, lower, and then we did finally break down. Now we have a lower low. This looks like it's gonna be a lower high. On the 4 hour time frame, we are in a downtrend. Market structure is bearish. The bands are bearish, and the ribbon is still bullish. That is the slowest acting. If we lose this level and come down in here, let's take a look a little bit closer. We lose the area of interest here that I had drawn off of the daily. Expect to find support around the descending trend line, as well as the daily block from below. Comes off of this level here. So down in here somewhere. I would expect that's where a higher low would be forming if we lose that yellow area of interest line. To get back somewhat bullish here, first thing we would have to break would be that level there, which is not really for our market structure so much as it is interim. Right there, that's our level to watch for a solid reclaim. Take a look at some Ethereum. Barely holding on to the daily block. Barely. Held down by the trend line. Bearish bands. Bullish ribbon, although it is beginning to slope down. Bearish market structure. Ethereum is not nearly as hot as Bitcoin is. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. There it is. Still down. Don't own Ethereum. This is terrible. Solana pulling back off the highs. Couldn't hold over the previous all-time high that we set there back in November after the initial Trump pump ran up. Retraced the entire move before the Trump coin at his inauguration blew it up. The bands are bullish. The market structure is bullish. And the ribbon is bullish on the daily. Price is being held up by this daily block that's right here. Set before the breakdown. Reclaimed it. So really though, it's kind of like Bitcoin, where if we lose this block, that yellow line is ish where we're going. Right there. I mean, technically, I guess it's something like that, because this was a false breakout. We'll redraw it because trend lines tend to be a little bit subjective. So there we are. And Solana is not outperforming Bitcoin. Here is Solana versus Bitcoin on the weekly. Nothing but sideways for a year. There are periods of up, periods of down, periods of up, periods of down, periods like up, on and on and on. Same deal, couldn't reclaim, held down by the trend line, set by its true all-time high way back in 2021 versus Bitcoin, of course. So Solana as a whole, although it does look really good, it's not really that strong. Oh, and it's still the weekly chart there. And there we go. So Solana is trying to find support. This is a good area for it to find support in. Going down to the 4-hour here. Right there, still market structure level is where it is. Bearish structure, bearish bands, bullish ribbon. Held down by the descending trend line. I think at most some consolidation in here. As long as we can hold up in this block here, consolidation here would set up for a run to start moving up towards the highs again. Let's take a look at DXY for the day. DXY is actually having a red day here, bouncing back up, trying to hold a level. The bands have finally flipped bearish again. Bands have been bullish ever since October, where the dollar's gone on a nice strong run. Dollar found support down in here. I remember sentiment at the time about the dollar. Everybody was thinking the dollar was finally about to roll over out of this sideways range that really we were in for a couple years here. We did break up. This could prove to be a false breakout on the weekly, but we shall see. Lower dollar, better for risk on assets generally. And that's about it. Overall analysis. Support is holding. Expect some sideways action until it does not. We really are in a range. The upper part of the range here. We are coming down. We are at the bottom part of this range. Between here, let's mark this out. Here it is. There and there. That range right there. We're just back and forth, bottom to top, bottom to top. And that will continue until it no longer does. Those who are a range trader have some levels that they can trade off of. Yeah, Ethereum is just whatever. Solana is in the same boat as Bitcoin, although it does seem to have a wider range. This is the level. Look at the beginning of that breaker block, because it is the previous high before it broke down there, right there. Boom. Call that an area of interest. As long as that holds, we're gonna bounce back between the lower block here and the upper block. So sideways until proven otherwise. GM.